Welcome to the Arctic wonderland of Svalbard. Before you embark on your adventure to this remote archipelago, here are 15 essential things you need to know. Don't forget to stay until the end, where I will share the best way to visit Svalbard in order to witness the most wildlife and stunning landscapes. So let's get started. First up, let's talk about Svalbard's geography and location. Svalbard is located in the Arctic Ocean, roughly halfway between mainland Norway and the North Pole. It's one of the northmost inhabited places on Earth, consisting of several islands, with Spitsbergen being the largest. The main settlement is Longyearbyen, where most visitors stay. This archipelago is under Norwegian sovereignty but governed by the Svalbard Treaty, which allows citizens of signatory countries to live and work here. The landscape is dominated by glaciers, fjords, and rugged mountains, making it a paradise for nature enthusiasts. Its remote location and extreme environment create a unique and unforgettable travel experience. Speaking of getting there, let's move on to transportation. Longyearbyen is the main hub with regular flights from mainland Norway. Norwegian and SAS airlines operate flights to Svalbard, primarily from Oslo and Tromsø. Within Svalbard, the main modes of transportation are snowmobiles, boats, and even dog sleds. In winter, snowmobiles are the most practical way to get around, while boats are used in summer to access remote areas and for wildlife viewing tours. There are no roads connecting the settlements, so guided tours are the best way to explore the archipelago. Now that you know how to get around, let's discuss the climate you will be facing. The climate in Svalbard is Arctic, which means it's cold all year round. Summers are cool with temperatures ranging from 5 to 10 degrees Celsius, while winters can be extremely harsh, often plummeting below minus 20 degrees Celsius. The weather can change rapidly, so always be prepared for sudden shifts. Despite the cold, Svalbard has relatively low precipitation, making it a polar desert. Wind is a significant factor here, with strong gusts that can make the temperature feel even colder. Pack layered clothing, a good quality down jacket, thermal wear, and waterproof gear. Don't forget sunglasses and sunscreen. The snow and ice reflect sunlight intensely even in the cold. You should also note that from late April to late August, Svalbard experiences the midnight sun, where the sun never sets. Conversely, from late October to mid-February, it's polar night, and the sun doesn't rise. Prepare for extreme light conditions. With the climate in mind, when is the best time to visit Svalbard? The best time to visit Svalbard depends on your interests. For endless daylight and milder temperatures, visit during the summer months from June to August. This is the best time for outdoor activities like hiking, kayaking, and wildlife watching. For a true Arctic winter experience and the chance to see the northern lights, visit from November to February during the polar night. Each season offers unique experiences, so choose the time that aligns with your interests and activities. Let's talk about practical matters like money next. The currency used in Svalbard is the Norwegian krone. Be prepared for high costs, as nearly everything has to be imported to this remote location. Accommodation, food and tours can be expensive, so budget accordingly. There are no ATMs and banks in Longyearbyen, but credit cards are accepted everywhere. Staying connected is also important, so let's look at internet and communication. Internet access is available in Longyearbyen, with Wi-Fi in most hotels, guest houses, and public spaces. However, expect limited connectivity in remote areas. Mobile phone coverage is also restricted to Longyearbyen and immediate surroundings. If you plan to travel to more isolated locations, consider renting a satellite phone for emergency communication. Now, let's discuss something unique to Svalbard: polar bears. Svalbard is home to more polar bears than people, with an estimated population of around 3,000 bears. These magnificent creatures are protected by law, and it's illegal to harm or disturb them. However, polar bears pose a significant risk to human safety, so never venture outside settlements without a guide and proper equipment. Besides polar bears, Svalbard is home to a variety of unique wildlife. You can spot Arctic foxes, Svalbard reindeer, and a plethora of seabirds. The archipelago's waters are inhabited by seals, walruses, and occasionally whales. The best time for wildlife viewing is during the summer months when animals are most active. Always respect the wildlife and observe them from a distance to avoid disturbing their natural behavior. Bring binoculars and a camera with a good zoom lens to capture these incredible creatures in their pristine Arctic habitat. While we talk about animals, there is an interesting rule regarding pets. Cats are not allowed in Svalbard to protect the local bird population. The policy helps preserve the delicate ecosystem, so leave your feline friends at home. Speaking of preservation, let's talk about the global seed vault. Located in Svalbard, the global seed vault is a crucial safeguard for the world's agricultural diversity. Often referred to as the Doomsday Vault, it stores over 1 million seed samples from nearly every country. Built deep inside a mountain near Longyearbyen, the vault is designed to withstand natural and human-made disasters. Its purpose is to preserve a wide variety of seeds to ensure food security in case of global crisis. Now, let's delve into Svalbard's rich mining history. Svalbard's history is deeply intertwined with mining, which has played a significant role in shaping the archipelago's development. The discovery of coal in the early 20th century attracted various companies and countries eager to exploit these valuable resources. Longyearbyen, the main settlement, was founded by American businessman John Munro Longyear in 1906 as a coal mining town. Over the years, mining operations expanded, with several other mines opening across the islands. Today, while the mining industry has significantly reduced, its legacy remains an integral part of Svalbard's heritage. Visitors can delve into the fascinating history by touring the preserved mining sites. One of the most popular attractions is the Groovy 3 mine near Longyearbyen. Guided tours take you through the old tunnels where you can see the mining equipment and learn about the harsh conditions miners endured. Moving from history to a unique tradition, let's talk about the no-shoe policy. In Svalbard, the no-shoe policy in establishments like hotels, guest houses, and some shops has roots in the archipelago's mining history. Miners returning from work would be covered in coal dust and dirt, prompting the practice of removing shoes to keep indoor spaces clean. This tradition continues today, helping to maintain cleanliness amid the snow and mud typical of the Arctic environment. Now, let's focus on some important rules to follow. Svalbard has strict regulations to protect its environment and wildlife. Familiarize yourself with local laws and always follow guidelines provided by your guides. Firearms are required for protection against polar bears when traveling outside settlements, and you must obtain a permit and undergo training to carry one. It's illegal to harm or disturb wildlife, and heavy fines are imposed for violations. Additionally, you must register your travel plans with the governor's office for certain activities. Health and safety are crucial, So let's discuss medical facilities. Longyearbyen has a small hospital that can handle minor injuries and illnesses. For serious medical issues, evacuation to mainland Norway may be necessary. Ensure you have adequate travel insurance that covers medical evacuation, as this can be costly. Finally, let's talk about the best way to explore Svalbard. One of the best ways to explore the Svalbard archipelago and its abundant wildlife is by embarking on an expedition cruise. These cruises, often with a small number of passengers, offer an intimate and immersive experience. Small ships can navigate the narrow fjords and shallow waters inaccessible to larger vessels, bringing you closer to the stunning landscapes and diverse wildlife. On an expedition cruise, you will have the opportunity to witness polar bears, Arctic foxes, reindeer, walruses, and various seabirds in their natural habitat. Expert guides and naturalists accompany you, providing insightful commentary and ensuring safe and respectful wildlife encounters. Daily excursions by Zodiac boats allow for landings on remote beaches, glacier walks, and visits to historical sites. The flexible itinerary adapts to weather conditions and wildlife sightings, maximizing your experience. That wraps up our 15 essential things to know before visiting Svalbard. We hope this guide helps you prepare for an incredible Arctic adventure. Whether you are exploring glaciers, spotting polar bears, or marveling at the northern lights, Svalbard offers unforgettable experiences.